Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. This summer of the August of 2024, I spent 2 weeks in America visiting different distilleries and different places, including the Party Store, the Party Source in Newport, Kentucky, right across from the New Riff Distillery. Isn't that weird? New Riff Distillery was there last, Party Source was there first, but still I didn't do that. And I bought this bottle. Yay! We have Wood Finishing Series, Maker's Mark, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, barrel finished with 10 virgin oak staves. Batch the heart release 2024. The notes are going to be caramel, chocolate, and maple. And grandson of the founders. So we have Rob Samuels. Now, something I don't understand, and maybe you can help, maybe you can see this also here on the label. I have a bottle with 56% ABV, 112 proof. Everything online otherwise has 55.85% ABV. I have the code here, the code that's on every other bottle. It says here BR-22A, and yet I have a different ABV. Now, Maker's Mark's pretty good at actually giving a lot of information about what type of staves they were using here for their wood finishing series in the past. Unfortunately, at least I'm apparently stupid to understand this. With the heart release, they've gone away from focusing here on the actual staves themselves, and instead they're going to focus, and we have here volume 1 of 5, which I like, so we can see this as well. So we can also once again see here the proof on there. So we have June 2024, we have 58%, 112 proof. Why is that 56%? And we have 10 virgin toasted French oak staves. Now you say, but Jason, all the information is there. So I was at the distillery 5 years ago. Wow. And what they do is actually they blew out a cave. They blasted out a cave in their limestone hill, so it's nice and cool. They call it the cellar, which is beautiful. And they just take barrels, 6-year age product, maybe 7, maybe 8, but usually 6. And they open them up, and they actually have this little, I call it a clothes hanger. It's a plastic piece, a round piece, and there's like little clothespins on there, and they take little straps of wood, which they call staves. I would call it a thin sheet of about this long is what I thought they were, and they were about this wide, and they're about maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe even less. Might be a 1/16, it might be about 1/8, it might be a quarter, I don't know. And they hang them up on these paper clips in that circle and put that plastic circle with the staves into the barrel and just let it sit. That's what happens with their standard 46. Now this is not the standard. This is going to be my comparison bottle, and this is their Cask strength 46. This is what I recommend buying. All right, if you can find this, buy this. If you can find this at the recommended retail price, I paid $85. Tax came on top of it. That's an okay price, but I've seen secondary markets and other shops jacking this stuff up over $200. Like, nah, it's not worth it. All right. So just a tiny, tiny little history lesson here for me and for you, because I like to review this for myself. Maker's Mark made basically the same whiskey now for many, many, many decades until 2010, they brought the first ever Maker's 46 on the market. So 2017, they followed with a Cask strength Expression 2019, they debuted the wood finishing series. They had some funky names: RC6, FAE01, BEP. Now, if you were geeky enough like me, you would actually know what those mean. Now, if normal people just have to look at Google and say, what does that mean? All right, so there's different types of staves they put in there and different things they do. For example, I have here a private selection. I did a video about this once. This is called the Panna Cotta. And here I have 4 baked American pure staves. Okay. I have 4 seared French cuvee staves. Yes. I have 1 Maker's Mark 46 staves. This has 10. All right. So I have the roasted French Mendiant. 1, and of the toasted French spice, I have 0. So this was bottled in February of 2022. Beautiful bottle, like it. That's the rest that I have for myself. All right. Now here, they did something a little bit different, and apparently they did it more than once because I don't understand why I have a different ABV than everyone else does. All right, so what they did is to achieve the taste vision of the heart release, according to a person at Maker's Mark, they said we use 2 different staves, both French oak. Which ones? Cooked in various ways to amplify flavors already found in Maker's Mark. We placed 10 of the 5 stave types. I'm confused already. All right, 10 of the 5 stave types and fully matured cask strength Maker's Mark, and finished for 5 weeks in our limestone cellar. We followed the same process for the second stave type, but it was finished for 9 weeks. So these 2 finished whiskeys are blended to achieve the taste vision of the heart release. So, good. We have 10 of the first stave types in the fully matured cask strength. Followed the same process for the second stave type. I don't get it. Help me, someone, understand this better, all right? I'm reading from Forbes.com, where there was an interview with Joseph McAuliffe together here with with Beth Buckner, the Senior Manager, Innovation and Blending at Maker's Mark. So, 1953, Bill Samuels Sr. made Maker's Mark for the first time. Bill Samuels Jr. made Maker's 46, and now we have Rob Samuels doing his thing there. All right, so I don't know. All that I do know is, according to Forbes here, they have no objectives, no goals here of actually producing anything finished in a port or a sherry cask. All right, good. I'll just read the side real quick and then I'll taste finally. All right, so I know you're waiting. For this second chapter of our limited release wood finishing series, we pursue unique taste versions inspired by the team who craft our handmade bourbon in Loretto, Kentucky. The makers of our makers, if you will. Now, there are 21 people they actually interviewed or asked what type of flavor profile they wanted. Apparently, the flavor profile that came out was caramel, chocolate, maple. I don't know if I would have said that. Caramel, yes. All right, we have crafted a one-of-a-kind expression that celebrates our team that distills our whiskey. This team is the center, the heart, if you will, of our whiskey-making process. Aw, marketing flannel, but nice. All right, this stage in the process serves to guide all other stages, ensuring our taste vision is realized, fruit forward with caramel, maple, and chocolate notes. This expression features a rich, creamy mouthfeel that is a pure delight. We hope you enjoy this one as much as we enjoyed making it. All right, so who knows? I thoroughly enjoy this bottle. I almost bought a bottle of this to bring back to Germany, but I didn't because I only had so much luggage and weight allowance. I could have gone for a third suitcase, but I was traveling all by myself. And go in the airport and in the train, 3 suitcases, each weighing 50 pounds apiece, are just a little bit too much for me and my possibilities. 2 suitcases and a backpack carry-on is all I could handle. So I have this gifted to me still, a beautiful bottle, and I thoroughly enjoy this. Sometimes people ask me, Jason, what is an A whiskey? This is an A whiskey. All right, not an A+, but it's a solid A. I thoroughly enjoy this. This reminds me a little bit more of a just a normal Maker's Mark cask strength. It really doesn't emphasize, like I like, the wood of the French oak in those barrel staves that have been placed in the barrel themselves. On the nose, Maker's Mark. Dark caramel, fruity, brown sugar, and French oak. Beautiful. Meh. Not wow. Yes. All right. If you find it, buy it. If it's at the right price, as I said, $85 should be more or less the right price. Would I go out and pay double? Never. All right. So that's all I can say. We don't have this in Europe. We don't have this in Europe. So, but this is something I saw in Virginia. It was sold out in Virginia at the ABC stores I were at. I was at two, and they had both a gap in their in their shelving where this should have been. I was told this will be restocked soon, but soon, one day, 1 week, 1 month, I don't know. All right. So 56% versus I have 55.05. I bet 2302 here. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm complaining, don't get me wrong, this is still a good whiskey. This is a B whiskey. I was hoping for an A whiskey. It does have, as I said, more of the Maker's Mark cask strength moment, less of the wood flavors. Do I get maple? Maybe. That's really interesting. I'm not smart enough to understand once again how they use an oak barrel with the standard mash bill that Maker's Mark makes every single time here. 70% corn, 16% red winter wheat, 14% malted barley, aged and then use French oak to make an maple taste. That's amazing. Do I get the caramel? Yes. Do I get a little bit of a dark chocolate? I've had whiskeys with a lot more chocolate. Now, there's nothing special about the new bake that went into the barrels to make this. It flows off of that column still the same as normal Maker's Mark, the same as Maker's 46, the same as every other product that you've ever had from Maker's Mark. They don't change the recipe. They don't change cut points. They have no cut points. It's a column still. And sometimes a little bit of the marketing suggested the fact, oh, it's the heart of the whiskey. As if there's the heads, the tails, and the heart. No, that has nothing to do with it. The heart that beats the process of making whiskey in Loretto, Kentucky. Beautiful place. If you're ever even close to Maker's Mark, stop by, go to the gift shop, walk on the property, do a tour if possible, do a tasting. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. One of the most beautiful and best distilleries campuses I've ever been to. All right, so if not the Bardstown Bourbon Company is kind of cool as well. All right, but Loretto is also very, very, very nice. Good stuff. Value for money. Would I pay 85 for this? Definitely not. Again, would I go out and find another bottle? No. I have the bottle from my video. I did a bottle share over here in Germany. Of course, I could have brought 3 bottles as it's over here. It's like we have a lot of Maker's Mark fans. We don't get a lot of Maker's Mark special bottlings of anything of expression, so anything we get that's a little bit special. If it's a private selection, if it's something, every once in a while, a few of the wood finishes series came over here at triple the normal price in the States, at least double to triple. That always hurt to say, okay, I'm going to click and buy that, but secondary prices because we're not the primary market. These are all gray imports that make their way over here, more or less. For 85, I'm going to say it's a C minus. Go buy this instead. This is so much better. Value for money is A, why haven't you bought it? B, buy it. C, you can buy it if you want to. D, don't need it. F, why was this stuff even made? All right, C minus is right. Okay, if you're a big fan of Maker's Mark and you've had all the other wood finishes from that series, of course you have to buy it. Yeah, catch them all. But if this is something you are just thinking about and you have the opportunity to buy something else, I would go for that something else, to be honest. All right, for this, you save money and have a product that is, in my opinion, far superior. Go in your store, ask if they have a private selection of Maker's Mark. Probably cheaper and probably more, just better tasting as well. Those are the things I can highly recommend. Oh, that's so good. All right, question of the day. What is your favorite Maker's Mark product? I know what my favorite Maker's Mark product is. I'm going to baby this bottle and nurse this bottle until the very, very end, until it's gone. If you're a very, very dear friend and you're over here, I might pour 1 little ounce for you or half of ounce, but That belongs to me. This is good. Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing. What is your opinion here to Maker's Mark? The Heart. I liked it better when they told us what type of staves were in there. See you real soon. Whiskey Jason. Bye-bye.